Do you know what your mom won recently that she said would be good for Tony?
Nintendo Switch controllers.
Oh. Oh, do they have one?
I'm assuming.
Yeah. I was thinking it was going to be like Giants related. But she doesn't know anyone else who has a Nintendo Switch.
Okay, we're good. We're on.
Oh, cool.
Text the fan base. Let the fans know. Gary. I was just thinking about it, how, like, if someone ever went to the YouTube thing, they'd be like, the first 5 minutes are just nothing.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You just gotta wait. You just gotta wait. That's why it says starting soon.
Yeah, that's right, because there's just nothing happening.
I know, there's a lot of nothing. Oh, I should probably get this thing up. Oh, do you want to see anyone in the field for this week coming up?
Yeah, let's do that beforehand rather than like while we're talking, because I have no idea what the hell's happening.
PGA Tour schedule. We do this one. RS.
I just haven't had any interest in anything like for weeks.
I want the failed. That's all we really need, right?
Yeah, I got it right here too.
Alright. Sweet. That's there.
Oh, so they're playing multiple courses?
Yeah. Alright, you ready?
No, not really. Well, yeah, but yeah, we might as well.
Well, I mean, like, what?
Yes,
We're going. Round
going.
32.
It doesn't matter that I'm not ready. We're going for it,
Yeah,
baby.
our 4 cents.
All right.
Rock
Welcome
and roll.
back. Thank you for being with us.
Yes. We are.
It feels like it's been so long.
Yeah.
We skipped a week.
We did skip a week,
Sorry.
which is probably good in this time of the year.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because we're not
It's excruciating to actually try and talk about these tournaments that have just little interest from me.
Right.
And probably less from everybody else who might be listening.
Yeah, like I honestly can't say that I watched.
I couldn't even tell you what tournament we're about to talk about.
Okay, perfect. Well, there's 2 because we have 2 winners.
Okay, sure.
Because we did skip a week, so there's 2 winners.
Right. And now I was doing golf-related things while I was gone.
Right. And I even did some golf-related things.
Really?
Yeah. The
Huh.
turkey shoot.
Oh, sure, yeah. I guess that has been in our off time.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, we can have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
the tournament is going to be fantastic. The front 9, who cares?
All right, yeah, let's blow through this thing.
Yeah. And side note, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm really liking my shadow on the wall.
Oh, hey.
Just larger than life right now.
Yeah, look at that.
I feel big. And we also have our 4 cents and EPA's golf podcast sign.
Yes, we were
Also from the turkey shoot.
Yeah, we were a sponsor. That was really cool.
Yeah. We didn't know we were a sponsor.
Right, yeah, that was a gift from my father it was my birthday the next day.
Oh, that's funny.
So he that was a little present to me, which I had no expectation of seeing. You know, like it completely caught me off guard.
Me too.
And it was like it's a cool gesture. It's awesome, you know.
Yeah, it's hilarious is what it is. Because
Yeah.
I remember I like walking up to it. And I was like, I saw you because you were at the registration table.
Right.
And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? What is this?
Yeah.
And you're like, I had nothing to do with it.
Oh, right.
Wasn't me. Don't you worry.
Yeah, it was a nice little surprise, I gotta say. It was funny too. I was talking to Chris Carpenter after the tournament too, and he was playing in the shoot, and he saw the sign. He was wondering about it, and I just happened to mention that we did a show. He was like, "Oh, you do that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." So
Our fan base is growing.
it's
rapidly.
growing. Yeah. So shout out to Chris if you're out there, because we were talking about it. We were talking about the Le Batard show, which is we're both fans of, and
Little Danny.
yeah, and you know it's weird because you don't see other fans out in the wild. You never run into them. You know,
Right.
you can, and like if you have the little inside jokes, like you mentioned something, like nobody picks up on it, and Chris gets the show,
Yeah.
which is awesome. So Yeah.
All right, so because we'll probably do turkey shoot stuff like turnish.
Absolutely, it's got to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start with back a week Worldwide Technology Championship at Mayakoba.
Yeah.
That was a mouthful.
Right. Yeah. I hate the.
The long name.
Yeah, like and it makes it sound so boring. The Worldwide Technologies, like
Yeah.
the sponsorship. It's like I know they got to get their name out there, and they're paying
Man.
big bucks for it. But
Yeah,
it's just
they're
like
forking
it
over
makes
some
me
cash.
not want to watch.
No.
But when I hear Mayakoba, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a cool one. It's
Yeah.
There's that gaping.
Yep, that was the
cave
Greg
in-
Norman with the cave,
Yes.
and that was the one. And I don't remember. Was that when you had?
I picked Chucky 3 Sticks, maybe.
Yeah, I think you picked Chucky 3-6, and you made me pick Sergio.
I made you pick that. You're absolutely right.
And
about
Sergio
that.
actually played pretty well. I think he was like 5th or something, or 7th.
that's
or
right,
15th.
yeah.
I don't know, but he was
Okay.
like up there.
He was. I noticed his name up there. I was like, oh, that
That was a good pick.
That was a good
And it was funny too because I was like, oh, I was gonna pick Hovland. I was like, but he won last
Oh,
year, and then he won
and he
again.
won it, yeah.
And I was like, son of a bitch, I should have just fucking picked him. I should have just went for
Oh,
it.
so he did. He defended.
Yeah,
Wow.
And
And I saw that he won one. I didn't realize it was the one that he was.
Yeah, that was the one.
Because we say it doesn't happen.
right. Like, who cares?
There's few examples of that happening. I mean, and they do occasionally, but it's just more rare.
Right.
That's really funny how our predictions have been turning to dog shit.
But they're not bad though. Like, I mean,
No.
Sergio was still a good pick because I was
Sure.
all right picking Sergio.
Right.
But like the Hovland thing, like that one stings.
Yeah,
a
we
little.
just have these misses, like these
so close. And then
like a near miss. You know that term, a near miss.
yeah,
It's
I
like
don't
that means like you hit it. Then like it's like,
Yeah, like
if there's a target and there's a near miss, that means it's a hit. I've always disliked that.
I guess in golf you could have a lot of near miss. Like if you like hit the flag stick on a approach shot or something and it pops out, you're like, well, no, that's not a near miss. That's a miss.
It's a miss. Yeah, it's like
No, never
a
mind.
near miss is a make. Like it's a.
Yeah.
It's like an oxymoron.
Right. Yeah. So like, oh, you nearly missed it. It's like, yeah, I hit it.
I made the shot.
I guess it's like in a driving. If you're like driving,
Yeah, I don't think you hear near miss in golf very often, but you hear it in other facets of life, and I don't know why it came to mind.
you
but
nearly
it's
missed that
strange.
bunker. It's like, yeah, you're in the bunker.
But I'm in, yeah. So it's like it's
So you're
we
just
don't
in the
have-
bunker.
Yeah.
And then we had the Houston Open, and I don't remember who sponsored that one. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's not important to me. Either.
Just the Houston Open.
But is it like Texas Instruments? Have they done it in the past? TI?
I don't know. My dad worked for them, I think.
Oh yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like pretty confident that he worked down there for them at some
Yeah.
point in his life.
Right.
But Kokrak,
Okay.
Jason Kokrak. So
He's a hard hitter.
yeah, and that was a pretty big win for him. Decent field, like all that fun stuff.
Right. It was.
But he was like
better.
a pretty big, not big comeback, but he did come back. It wasn't. He had like a weird stretch where he was like +7 through like 15 holes, like right in the middle of the
Yeah.
tournament.
I think I saw a chunk of that tournament where people were struggling over the weekend. Like, I think it was Live Clean and Place on Thursday, and people just ate up the course. And then Friday, everybody struggled with it. Like, the scores weren't nearly
And then
the same as they were.
in that mix though, I think my dad did work for.
Did not?
Did.
Oh, did. Okay. You just got confirmation?
Yes.
Nice. Mickey.
Scotty Scheffler was tied second and then fourth in the last 2 weeks.
Okay. So he's trying to make moves. Well, when he's in Texas, you got to.
I know. Well, the one was Mexico.
Right.
T2 in Mexico.
Okay,
I know. And then I
and then
saw that and I
fourth
was
in
like, I
Houston.
probably would have picked him if I was.
Yeah, if I had been here, I think we've done this in the past. Whenever there's a tournament in Texas, I pick a Texan.
Right. You got to.
It's just like I have to do it.
It'd be like Spieth.
Right. It was Speed.
and
It was,
him.
Scheffler last year was one of the
Because
ones
he was pretty hot
Yeah.
in that time frame. I don't.
He hasn't gotten a win yet, though, right?
No. Because I were talking about because he was in the lead. In Houston, he was in the lead for a decent amount of it.
Yeah. That is a bet I would definitely make that he gets a victory this year.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that
I don't know
one.
what the odds would be. I wonder if they would be.
You might have to wait till like the Austin match play type, that little.
I'm saying from here on out.
Oh, you're just
any
saying.
tournament, like
Okay.
that he'll get a victory on tour this year.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
think that's a safe bet. But
Yeah, that one, and but I would say if I was gonna make a bet for an event, it would be in Texas.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, I would be the same way, just based on my history of doing that, and not knowing enough about.
And him, he plays well there.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Plays well in the South Central, I guess.
I mean, it's just so big that like it doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
Like,
Texas
it's just so big.
yeah.
Um,
It's east and west of Detroit. That's a joke. I don't know.
Well, yeah, a lot of states have the opportunity to be east and west of a city, you know. But it's clearly only west of it.
Or is it?
Yeah, that's funny. Who knows?
All right, we'll do the trophy real quick. And so I put online. There's a bunch of people. A bunch of people get the trophy this week.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, just because there was 4.
Was there 4 people tied?
No, just because there was 2.
Oh, 4. Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't feel like going through all
Gotcha.
that
Yeah.
shit.
For 2 people for 2 different tournaments.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So in the WWTC AM, it's Samuel Delval plus 10, which actually isn't terrible. 2 days plus 10. You see some.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I did no research on him, and then Keegan Bradley
Keegs.
was the weekend minus
Okay.
4. That's respectable
Yeah.
because it wasn't. I don't think they were too.
It probably isn't that tough,
Yeah.
of a course, in comparison to some of the other places that I play.
And then the Houston Open was Chase Koepka, actually.
Chase, yeah.
Yeah. Chase was plus 17, and then Henrik Norlander was plus 10.
Well, he's been playing for a long time. It seems, right?
Henrik Norlander?
Yeah, I feel like I recognize that name from the
Not
past.
Stenson?
No, I know it's not him.
No, I don't know who the hell Henrik Norlander is.
I feel like I've seen that name in, a decade ago.
Maybe.
Never really made a huge presence on tour. I think he's
Oh.
probably better like in the European.
Was he a visor guy?
I couldn't say.
Now I might have to look him
Look it up. Yeah.
Look it up.
Why not?
Henrik
I'm not.
Norlander.
Yeah, I'm not an encyclopedia.
Yeah, if anyone has learned anything
Right.
about this, we are not good at it.
Henrik Norlander.
All right.
Let's see.
Oh, that is not who. He's only 34.
And he's not old.
No,
Damn it.
but
He is a Swede. That was
Yeah.
we would have known that.
maybe it was. Maybe I was thinking of like.
Is there a more Swedish name than Henrik Norlander?
No, he's capping it out.
That is something.
Stenson's pretty good though. Henrik Stenson, but like
Norlander.
Norlander.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's going to be your Norway, Sweden, Switzerland. Mm-hmm. All those Nordic areas. That's
Just jammed into one name.
right. Yeah. And Henrik, I mean, I pretty much only know that's really Swedish because of Henrik Stenson.
Right.
So.
So yeah, that was a.
Or
Where
Henrik.
is-
Who's the
his dad.
Lundqvist? Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a goalkeeper right there.
There you go. But his dad's Anders Norlander.
Okay.
That's a pretty Swedish name. Anders.
Yeah, definitely. That's coming from an Andrew
Yeah, you're pretty close.
or an Ander.
And he went to Augusta University in the Somerville campus. But isn't that Patrick Reed? Wasn't he in Augusta?
That sounds wrong.
Or in Augusta, Georgia. Augusta State. I think he was Augusta State.
I thought he was a Georgia Bulldog.
No. Patrick Reed.
Patrick
was
Reed?
not. No, he was
Oh, jeez.
Patrick Reed, Patrick Mahomes.
I'm wondering here.
University of Georgia, Augusta State. So we're both right.
Oh,
But I was pretty sure he finished. that.
Holy shit! I would have never guessed that we were both right there,
Yes.
and we're not. Neither of us are wrong.
That's right.
I do recall stories about his teammates hating him though because he like stole from people's lockers.
Right,
shit
and that's
like that.
probably why he left one of those places.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All right. So are we on the turn right now?
Yeah, might as well be.
Yeah.
The
I
turn.
think we've gotten there.
We did it. We made it.
Oh, we're both in red today.
Yeah. Yeah.
My niece said she didn't like me today because I
Oh.
have a red shirt on.
Oh, well, hope she's not watching.
She was coming up.
Was it Daisy?
Daisy was
Oh.
coming up with reasons that she didn't like me. First, she said, "Oh, he has a beard," and then Gary's right there, and I'm like, "What about Daddy? He's got a beard." And she's like, she just changed her story to, "I don't like him because he's got a red shirt." And I was like, "Well, I can't deny that, right?"
You do have a red shirt on,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, so the turkey shoot.
Yes,
That was big. Good weekend.
a lot of
It was
fun.
a nice day.
That was your second time playing tournament golf
I know.
in a 2-month span.
Yeah.
Or maybe even
3
1 month.
weeks.
Yeah, 1 month span. You
was,
you played twice.
Yeah. Played, took a week off, played again.
Yeah. Now, we didn't play in the same group. I forget if I asked you how you played that day. Not great, or
5 over.
okay.
I was
think-
okay with it.
Yeah, I think we shot 6.
Yeah.
I was disappointed with my play that day, though.
Yeah, I was okay with mine.
What did we shoot together?
Two.
2. Okay.
Yeah, so I was.
So we fell apart without each other.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
We'll just have to give it another go sometime.
It's always next year.
There's always next year.
Because it is not happening this year. It is frigid.
I'm
Today's
gonna-
not bad.
I
but-
think I'm going to play tomorrow. I played yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I birdied number 6 yesterday. It felt good.
Oh, there you go.
That's because there was, well, I don't know if that was because, but there was no tee markers out there right now. So I went all the way up on 6, which is nice. I was like, I get to hit from up here. But the ball is going 20 yards less,
Yeah, for sure.
just with how cold it is, and
Yeah. We should get Bryson on to make sure that's accurate.
yeah. But I hit my 3 drives yesterday. Every one of them was as good as I can hit the ball. So it felt really good.
That's nice.
Just directly straight, nice, good straight line, nice and hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, felt good. I was hitting the driver well in North Carolina too,
Oh, yeah.
but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
we'll get to that later.
So the memorable moments was almost saw Oliver get a hole in one.
Oh yeah,
So we watched that. That was a really good shot.
was that on
2.
It was on 2. Oh, that's right. Yeah,
It went past the
it
pin.
was back. It was on the back section of the green.
Yeah, it was way back. So
way back. Yeah,
and then it
and it spun around. Right, it wasn't like
spun back, and that's when it missed the hole.
Yeah,
It missed it on the spin back part.
yeah. Like that was almost a near miss.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It was a near make.
It was a near make, and that one would have been awesome.
It would have been so good to see a near miss out there.
And the funny thing was, I actually was walking up with James, and I go, "Oh, let's see what Oscar's got."
Yeah, you
And-
guys call him Oscar sometimes.
I don't know. I just throw it out there every once in a while
Nice.
for no reason. Like I don't think I call it.
He ain't a grouch.
Yeah, no.
He's a happy-go-lucky guy.
So it was just funny that we actually
Stopped
stopped
and took a peek at
to watch
the best shot of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, which he followed up with the worst shot of the day.
Oh yeah, he hit a guy on like a frozen rope.
Yeah,
This thing was like cruising off like, and we yelled 4 as quickly as we could, but like there was not enough time for anyone to react. Like
No,
that ball was moving faster than the sound waves of hour 4.
Yeah.
Just got this guy square in the back.
Thankfully, he had a little puffy vest on.
Puffy vest, yeah. And thankfully, Oliver had a little bottle of bourbon.
Yeah, that whole scenario was actually pretty funny, like from my perspective, because I heard it and I turned around and I caught the ball pretty fast.
Did you? Yeah.
And
There was very little time to pick it up.
and I literally was just like, I like half moved at it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Right.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
You just go, and it just like you hear it just.
Yeah,
Right.
I saw the guy sitting into the cart with his back to us, and I was like, "That's going right at his back." And then there was like very little reaction from you guys up there, so I thought to myself, "Okay, well, it either didn't hit him or he's not injured." So I guess it was the latter. Like he took the hit and just like
Just kinda
absorbed it. He
laid-
was kind of fine with it. Like
Yeah, he kinda
did-
laid
like you
there.
didn't hear any screaming. No one was like scrambling around, like looking panicked at all. Like it was everyone was just like, oh boy,
like,
jeez, how you doing there?
I was
So,
like, do you need anything?
yeah.
I was like, are you talking? Like, you're talking? Okay.
Right.
That's good.
The little amount of activity up there made me realize that he did get hit while we were walking up. I was like thinking to myself, we hadn't even discussed it in our group. I was like, I thought to myself, yeah, he got hit.
Yeah.
And it got confirmed.
Well, and the funny thing was later on.
It's
which I don't-
dangerous. So I mean, I'm glad like it didn't hit him in a worse part of his
Oh, yeah.
body. Like shit.
I mean, because it's uphill. And
Yeah.
it just tracked up the hill,
I know,
like 3 feet off the ground
Yeah.
the whole way. It was just like, phew.
Yeah, he was probably able to hear it like like someone who got hit by a sniper's bullet.
Right.
Yeah. Just,
And then it hits. And then,
so Oliver comes up, apologizes to the guy, realizes he's got a little airplane bottle of Wild Turkey 101.
yeah, which was funny because as you guys were coming up, he was like, all right, that hurts. He's like,
I'm gonna need a drink.
someone got some whiskey.
He did not.
Yeah.
He said that.
He said it. I swear he said, does somebody have some whiskey? And I was just like,
It's like, yeah, the guy who just hit you happens
and,
to have.
and I didn't know that Oliver
Right.
had any whiskey. And
Yeah.
Oliver just kind of was like, hey, man, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, it's
Here,
like
you want some of this?
Yeah, I think I was
He's
like,
like, well,
well,
I
yeah.
guess so, fine.
He goes, okay, we're even now.
yeah.
He didn't kill it. He like Oliver had a little sip. They had a sip together, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's funny that that bottle of bourbon has been in his bag for a year because we gave those out last year at the turkey shoot
Oh, that's funny.
because last year was the 21st annual. So I thought it would be pretty cool to have little shots for everybody since the tournament was 21 years old.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
it was
great.
the turkey shoot, so we got some wild turkey. I mean, the whole thing made sense.
Yeah. It basically wrote
So
itself.
yeah, so we gave those out to everybody, and apparently Oliver never drank his, and it was, or unless he liked it enough that he stocked his bag with more.
He could have done that too.
Possible, but that is so awesome that he still had that.
Yeah, that's
ready for the
perfect. It
guy.
was perfect.
I didn't realize that he asked for whiskey before it was presented to him. That's amazing.
Yeah, no, he was asking. He asked specifically for whiskey. He wasn't like, "Oh, can I get a shot of vodka?"
Right,
Like, he was
exactly,
like,
or even just like booze.
Yeah,
it's like I'm
no.
gonna need a shot. Like he said, a
I
shot of whiskey.
yeah, he wanted whiskey specifically.
God, I wish he said wild turkey.
Yeah, that would
101 in an airplane bottle. Like
And then, so that was a highlight, low light moment.
right. Oh yeah, highlight right into a low light. Yeah,
And then
back to back.
the funny thing was, we also talked about this later. So we were on 8, which I won a skin for. Thank you.
Oh, cool, nice.
That was awesome. Good
Yeah.
moment, birdie and 8.
That is that's a tough hole to birdie.
Yeah, I hit a good shot. James lipped the birdie putt out, and then I ended up making it. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, cool, yeah.
And then, so as we're leaving 8, I don't know how many years ago it was, but James got hit on.
On 7.
We
Are you on 8
We
from
were
7?
on 8, so we were like all in a row, and James was like 2 people down from me,
Yeah.
and someone hit one through the bushes.
Right, nailed him like in the dick or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
awful.
later on,
Was he putting? I heard he was putting.
no, we were
Okay,
literally
just standing
finished,
there.
and we were like
You're
walking
waiting to pass.
and we're like, okay, let him hit, and just, poof.
Oh my god.
And that's when you have 0 reaction time. You just
Right, there was no.
get hit.
Yeah. No
And-
warning whatsoever.
No, so I jokingly was talking to James. I was like, hey man, don't get hit over here.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
later on, James was like, yeah, I didn't think about it at the moment. He's like, as we were just kind of walking around, he was like, that was coming at me.
What do you mean?
The golf ball that Oliver hit
Oh,
was tracking James.
Oh, was it?
Someone else's back got in the way, but he was
Oh.
like, I think that would have hit me.
so he would have gotten hit twice, and
Yeah. Pretty within like 20, 30 feet of the original
Oh, yeah.
location. Like, it's just up the way a little bit.
yeah. I mean, it's rare to get hit by a ball
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. And then,
And we did that one episode where we talked about hitting people.
yep. Well, the other
Like,
funny.
with how much we've played, like it happens very, very rarely.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the final piece of all of it was we were on 6. the par 4. We're like in the middle of the fairway. This is 3 holes after he got hit.
Yeah.
So he's up to the left a little bit, away from his cart, but like a couple feet, not in his cart. James hits his shot, rifles it into the back of his bag, just. And he's like, "What do I have, a fucking magnet on me today?"
But it was him hitting the ball, right?
James hit it into
His own bag.
no
Oh.
into Mr. Williams's bag.
Oh.
So it was like 3 holes after he just got hit. He's like a couple feet away from his bag, and a ball goes rifling off of his bag. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, we're done. That's it. We're done."
Someone's coming for him.
Yeah. So that was 2. He almost got hit twice,
Yeah.
actually, in that day.
Wow.
Which is funny because James had to like hard pull it left, and then I'm up, which I'm sure he felt a little bit more comfortable.
Sure.
But like I'm a lefty, I'm basically looking at him.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hey, you're right there."
Right.
Like if I miss one, that's where I'm gonna miss.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'm sure he was glad to get off the golf course that day.
Yeah. Who were our champs? That was Colin?
Colin and Sean.
Colin and Sean, that's right. Congrats.
Yeah, and I was wondering because I know the 1 year Sean
Sean,
won.
if you're listening, I know you're not listening, which is why I'm gonna tell you that I'm getting you a Christmas gift.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna get you a Packers a share of the Packers. It's gonna be so goddamn funny when you because if the listeners
For
don't
sale.
know, he is a Vikings fan, and the Packers are putting out a block of shares to the fans to buy to raise revenue for the stadium.
You got to get a really nice frame for it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I have to go that far.
I got frames here. You need a frame.
Yeah. All right, I'm in.
I'll give him
yeah.
a pink one. I got a pink frame for him.
Pink frame. No, we want it to look good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Still got good frames.
All right.
How big is the sheet?
It's like an 8x11.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a big.
No, it's nothing crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just yeah. But they look nice. I mean, they're not worth anything. But it would be a fun joke to give. I was like on Reddit today, and that's how I heard the news that they're putting out a block of shares, and someone wrote that as a prank, of a fan of another team.
That's
someone
great.
who hates the Packers was bought one, and I was like, oh, that's a genius idea right there.
Yeah.
So I hope I can get this done. I hope it's not too expensive, but like, if I'm splitting it with someone, it'd be like $100, 150.
Yeah. It's not
And like 10 years down the road, I'm not gonna be like concerned about that $150. It'll still be a funny joke.
And honestly, I bet you if other people know about it, your plan,
Yeah.
they're like, I'll throw you a couple bucks.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you get a?
But like I asked Erica,
Mm-hmm.
and she's also a Packers fan. So I think it's more fun to come from like directly from Packers fans.
That's true.
That's
a good idea.
But I would take people's money if they were throwing it out. If they're
Just to
offering.
help him out.
Yeah,
Just go to the
exactly.
bar with a bunch of his friends and be like, "Hey, I got this idea."
Right. Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, here's
It's like, oh, that's pretty good.
yeah, I'll give you that one."
I think he would take it in stride too. I think he would get a kick out of it.
Yeah, he's not gonna break it. He's not gonna be like, "Oh, this," throw
Yeah.
it away. Like he'll be like, "All right, I'll put this one."
Yeah,
out."
exactly. So he's just years down the road, be like, oh yeah, you hate him, but you're part of the team, buddy.
And I was wondering, do you get preferential treatment for? Do you get like first dibs since you're a part owner yourself?
I don't think so.
I'm wondering how many of those you'd have to buy for it to be worth something.
Oh, there's not an amount.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a
Like a jokey thing.
Well,
you
it's
could
just
get
a way
parts of
to
the
raise
moon.
revenue for the
the-
stadium, so they don't like end up taxing the residents,
Yeah.
the locals. Like
It's like buying a piece of the moon.
yeah, it's in effect of owning.
A piece of the moon.
Yeah,
you're not-
like it's actually not real, but
So that's actually a pretty random question, though.
because see the thing is like if it was worth something, if it was like shared like New York Stock Exchange or something like that,
Right.
Then like a billionaire could gobble up more than half the shares and then dissolve the team or like do whatever they want with it if it was a privately sanctioned thing, But this is just a way to raise revenue and
Yeah.
It's all just aesthetics, and it's just for fun.
When you get your little sheet of paper.
You get your little sheet of paper, you hang it on the wall.
Yeah.
And like it might bother some other people, but it's a good idea. Effectively, like it brings people together, and you have that fun little thing.
Yeah.
And if you can buy one for someone who hates the team, it's
better.
It's a fun little prank.
Yeah.
I hope I go through with it. I mean, I don't know if I'm good at not following through with shit, but like we'll see how this one goes.
So as we were talking about it, I was thinking about the things like with the moon, like, oh, you own a piece of the moon, or something stupid.
Yeah, I've got a condo on the Sea of Tranquility.
Hey, good one. And I was like, there might be a point in our lifetime where people might start like actually colonizing the moon.
Oh, right. No, it's crazy. That's not.
But like, hold on. I know it's crazy.
Yes.
But and then extend it out to where people are like, well, that's my land.
It's like, what are you doing building on my land?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
How ridiculous would that be?
Yeah. You can buy stars in the sky too.
Yeah. That's idiotic.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a good way to waste some money.
Yeah, for whoever's selling
You
it.
can just tell. Right. It's amazing that whoever's getting the money off of that. I don't know how that's possible.
Right. Dude, I've sold the Big Dipper 50 times this week. A bunch of idiots.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's something else right there.
I love it. All right, so how's Magnolia?
Oh, it was cool. It was awesome.
That was your first time?
It was, yeah.
Because I've been there.
You have been there?
Yeah, I've played there already.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Well, I went to school down there, so I wasn't really that far away.
Oh, I guess that's right. Yeah.
So
well, we played 4 different courses. Magnolia Greens was the third one that we played.
And that's where you got like the property is.
Yeah,
like
correct. We were staying on it. I think it's like the 6th or 7th hole or something like that.
7 was the number I was going with.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% certain either.
Little water on the left.
Yeah, water on the left. I mean, I avoided that.
Yeah.
I piped one up the middle there. I think we all had good drives. I think that day we were playing a shamble.
Mm.
So we all took the best drive.
Yeah.
You play your own ball in from there. I think that was Magnolia Greens.
All right. Anyway, where else did you go?
The first place we played was Lockwood Folly.
Nope, never been there.
Second one was Beau Rivage. That was probably my favorite course out of the group.
Are they right there?
No, we drove.
Oh, okay.
45 minutes to each of those places.
Okay.
Like around 45, 45 half an hour. And then the third day we played Magnolia Greens, as I said. Mm-hmm. And the last day, there was just 3 of us. The rest of the guys left. So most of this trip, there was 8 guys.
Oh, okay.
And we had 2 foursomes, and we played teams and that kind of thing, just like a different format. And, losers would buy the beer that night for just like a round or wwhatever, So it was nothing at stake, but it was a fun way to, if you're with 8 people, you got to do some kind of competition,
Of course.
But then the fourth day, was just 3 of us. So we were just, playing our own ball and, nothing really at stake. And that was at Castle Bay Country Club. And that was not my favorite course that we played, but it was my favorite day that we played because I played well that day. I played under my handicap. So, and I
feel like I may have been there.
It was like a link style course. There was no trees on the course. It was wide open all over the place.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because there was a course like right around, because it was like south of like Wilmington and all that.
Yeah. This place was north of
Okay,
it.
so
Yeah.
maybe. Crap. No, because it was the
Really?
one that I think I'm mixing up 2 courses. Yeah, I think I did go there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to check my ball collection.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you could find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that, by the way.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Like going through all of those, because there's a box right next to your feet that has the ones that were in the thing already.
Okay.
And then the ones that are the collection scattered around the house,
Sure.
those are the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
That's nice to show off the collection. A little Or not, a big, I shouldn't say a little, but a big.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to call it? It's just a
Collection of golf balls.
yeah. But well, what would you call the piece that holds it?
Oh, it's just a massive display case.
Display case. Okay, that's the words the word
It's
coming
big.
to me. But yeah,
I don't even know how many
It's
that
like a
thing's
cab. It's not like a cabinet because it's but it's
Yeah.
a wooden display case. Yeah,
It's big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's gonna look good.
Yeah. We need to have it like kind of close by. So if we ever have a question, I'd be like, what's that one? Like, yeah,
Right.
yeah, I've played there.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Some of them though I just have that are cool.
Sure.
Like
And that's
Fila.
fine.
Like a Fila golf ball.
Oh sure, that is cool.
I was like, I'm not hitting this ball. Like I found that one in the woods. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah?
Oh, it's in the pocket.
Nice.
Not touching that one. That one's going in the rack.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
The greens down there and like the turf, everything is just it's so different. It's tricky.
Was
Like
most of it browned out?
Well,
Like a little
a
dormant?
little bit, but there was also like a Castle Bay, for example. They painted them,
Okay.
so like
Did they paint or overseed? Probably paint.
no, they painted like it was like obvious at certain holes that it was painted. For a while, they had me fooled, and I was just thinking, "Oh, look at this!" But like, there was one that was a little bit of like an elevated green, and it was just so blatantly painted. And
Oh, really?
Yeah, it didn't bother me though. Like, it was whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took a while to figure out the greens and like it was overreading breaks, that kind of stuff. The ball was just cruising off the putter
I've definitely
downhill.
I definitely played there.
Castle Bay,
Yeah.
cool.
So
So
it was south of where I was. Because I would go here
yeah,
and you guys were here.
okay,
And I would go
Yeah, it was over there.
I've definitely played there.
yeah, it was a fun track.
Yeah, that place was cool.
I've never set foot on it before, never seen it, but I was able to birdie 9 and 18.
That's always nice.
18 was to keep it in the 70s.
Was it par 5 water
No.
right?
18?
Yeah.
No, 18 is a drivable par 4.
Ooh, then
It's pretty short, and I.
Oh, you know what? Is this it right here?
That's it right there. Oh yeah, that should be it right there. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I remember this hole.
So I duffed
I
it
can't
off
believe
off the tee.
Ooh.
Like I dribbled it, and it just fell into the rough on the left, and I still had this is like a I don't know like a 240 yard
Yep.
hole. I had 145 in.
Oh, Jesus.
So like I stuffed this 8-iron within 10 feet, but I was putting downhill. Like directly downhill. I just basically looked at the ball. I don't even know if I touched it when I was putting. Like I
Just started going.
Like I just waved the putter at it, and it started cruising down the hill, and it stayed straight, and it went in for my 79. It was so exciting.
Yeah.
Because
That's pretty sweet.
yeah, like I did an abbreviated fist pump actually. Like I like a little just like down there like that, and I never get like animated about something going in. Like, well, not I shouldn't say never, but it's rare that I make a expression of like excitement. I usually just like go like I think in my head like, oh, that's sweet, that's in. I'll walk and grab it. I try to keep it more composed. It's more fun for me that way, kind of. But this one that went in, I was like the excitement actually poured out of me, and all I did was.
Yes.
It was subdued to a certain extent, but like it felt so good to shoot in the 70s on a course that I've never stepped foot on before.
Beginner's luck.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like there had a lot of that involved. I made a handful of putts that I shouldn't have made.
I always like that though,
Yeah.
because I think you simplify the round a little bit more when you don't know the course. 'Cause
Right.
You're like, okay, like I don't really know where I could push the limits, so you don't try to.
Yeah.
At least that's like my perspective is. If I just like walk out onto a course, I'm like, all right, what's like like if I'm playing with someone who knows the course, it's like,
Right,
oh,
yeah,
well,
so
you
like-
could like carry this tree line, and
like-
it's an
but if
easy.
you-
I'm like, okay, how far is that? Like, can
It's
I
like,
just
what-
hit like an 8-iron and then another 8-iron and then a wedge? Like, all right, cool, I'll do that on this par 5. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then you don't get those like huge numbers.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I also had 2 7s on the card.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's most of your score right there.
That's that's like
Were they
that's,
par 5s or par 4s?
they were 5s.
Okay,
Both
so
of them were
that's okay.
5s. Yeah, so like but
That's not too bad.
Those are doubles though on holes that you don't really want to double.
No.
I mean, granted, you don't want to double any of them, but like a tough par 3, it's more acceptable to get a 5 than it is on a 7 on a 5 where you can,
Yeah.
you know, it's easier to get par, but like you have more opportunities to fuck up though. That's what like
Yeah,
for
right.
amateur golfers as like myself and people with like even worse handicaps than mine, like par 5s are fucking tough because you have to hit the ball good 3 times in a row.
Right.
You know, and then you have to putt well too.
Yeah.
So it's
like a par 3, you could just hit a good shot.
yeah, you can hit a bad shot and get a birdie.
That's also true.
You know, like you can't birdie a hole on a par 5 if you don't have at least 1 or 2 good shots.
That's true.
You know, so that's why for pros, par 5s are scoring holes. For amateurs, it's like I got to escape.
Right.
This.
It's the exact opposite.
It's the exact opposite, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get my game to the place where I look forward to 5s, you know, and in my head I do, but on the card, it's not there yet.
Right.
You know?
Well, I think that is interesting because when I think about like a par 5, like I consider most of the ones that I'm going to play reachable in 2.
Right. Yeah.
So therefore, I'm like,
I can look at the number and be like, oh, well, this is not, I can't get home in 2. I know that I can't, like just by looking at the number.
yeah. And even
You
if
know?
I,
if it starts with a 5, it's like, oh, well, this is a layup hole.
yeah,
for
and
sure.
then, like if I saw that, even if I didn't want to go for it, if I knew like I pre-planned to not go for it, I'm like, okay, I could probably hit like a 7-iron, and then
And a wedge. Right.
I'm like, I will be in zero trouble. Like I could just play away from trouble and still have a pretty good shot at birdie. But for me, it's just like, well, the risk reward's there for like, oh, I could risk
If
it.
you can go for, yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, I could hit a
See,
driver.
if I'm
and-
hitting 2 7-irons, I'm going to have to hit 3-wood to get home. You know, I'd be like, oh, this wasn't a smart way of doing it. This is backwards.
yeah, right. Wedge, 7-iron, driver.
Right, yeah. Driver off the deck, yeah. Am I allowed to tee it up in the fairway? I made a mistake. I went
I didn't
wedge
tee it up.
first.
I didn't tee it up on
I
the
didn't
tee.
Yeah, right. It's,
I
yeah.
saved my teeing option.
You should be able to tee it up once on a hole, not only on the tee box.
That's a good.
If you
Like a
forget,
fun round?
you forget to do it, so you do it on a putt. You knock it. You knock it
and
off.
you have to do it once.
You have to. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
that would be.
That'd be a good one for like a certain par 5s. I bet would be really good for it.
I agree because that second shot is.
You would love it
Yeah.
if you could hit like a decent 3-wood,
Right.
Off the tee.
off the tee box. Yeah.
and then you go, okay, now I could tee this bad boy up.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, like, you get to you place it. You can place it well without a tee. That's a good little format that we haven't thought about before.
Do you remember when we played Woodlock for Tony's wedding?
Yeah.
There's a 1 par 5. It's like 160 or something to a landing.
Oh, I don't remember the holes.
Okay, well, there's one hole.
I remember that we did it.
Okay.
That's
It
the
happened.
extent. Like,
It
I
happened.
remember that happened. That day happened. I don't
So-
remember any details.
So when it's a par 5, I'm like 99% sure, but it's like you basically have to lay up, and I hit like an 8-iron. I went like 8-iron 3-wood,
Oh yeah.
and it's just like,
I hate like a forced layup like that. It's,
and you could go for it, but it's like a big drop off, and like I don't think I'd ever seen the course, so that was one of them where it's like,
yeah. It's
that seemed. I'll hit an 8-iron. I'll just hit an 8-iron out there. I'll be in play, and I'll figure it out from there. And then it's like, all right, now I'll be aggressive and hit the 3-wood.
yeah, that's a
That
situation
would be
where
a
you
good
would just-
one.
Right. Yeah.
Where it's like, oh man, that'd be so nice just to be able to
Yeah, it's a beauty.
tee that bad boy up a little bit, just to
Yeah.
give me that little extra
Right.
security.
Let's see. I for Veterans Day, I got a former Marine too high.
Oh, nice.
It felt bad, but I didn't force it upon anyone, you know. But
Things happen.
yeah. So
It was his day.
it was his day, you know. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service.
Yeah. Sorry, you got really fucked up.
Yeah, well, maybe it was fun though. Who knows? You know.
Oh, so the one thing we had kind of discussed occasionally was the hole-in-one challenge.
Yes. Oh, on the
The TrackMan
on the
hole
screen. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have to find a good hole for it.
Sure. Well, we also have to have time. Like
Yeah.
if you can get the screen time, I'll show up.
All right. Mondays are probably going to be a good option.
Cool.
I think it's because I think we're closed on Mondays.
Oh, that would be so good. You're like, you still have access, but
Yeah.
but the
General public does not.
even the
general-
members,
Yeah, the members.
the
don't have-
membership can't even come. But like,
I don't think so.
oh god, I love that. I love these rich people over at Scranton. They can't play, and then someone like me walks in the door. That's awesome.
Yeah. Big plans. Big plans.
Yeah,
But I think that would be a lot of fun.
it'd be fun because I want to continue swinging the club throughout the
yeah.
winter. Like
Yeah.
I'm so into it right now. I played yesterday in the cold. I would have played today, but it's windy out there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it
and
off
was
till
actually
tomorrow.
drizzling.
Had it started?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like right when you got here, it started drizzling a little bit. So that was a big one. That's a big no-no for me. I'm like, wind and rain. When
When it's cold, when it's like no thank
Yeah,
you.
nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I think I'm out.
In terms of the turn, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You could save it for
no, for the back, because I do want to discuss like that. There's finally something I'm interested in watching in terms of golf,
Okay.
and that is the match number 5.
yeah.
And it's funny too because this is something that we vowed not to talk about.
Yeah, but you gotta.
But this is different because I think this is not the feud anymore. It's evolved into something different because they clearly don't dislike each other if they're both willing to do this.
Yeah.
And you can say, "Oh, it's for the money," but like they're doing promos and shit like that. Like they're just riding the exposure and,
Yeah, absolutely.
and utilizing it. Like they don't actually care enough to dislike
No.
each other. I don't know why you would want to put the energy into that.
Right, you have
So they're
way
just-
more shit to do.
Yeah.
You're so busy. Like your day is so segmented and like.
Right.
I have to work out. I have to hit 1,000 golf balls.
They did it smart enough that if you were able to get this match,
Oh hell yeah!
the payday for that is like it's pretty beautiful.
And so that's on the 26th.
It's the day after Thanksgiving, correct?
Yeah, 4
Friday.
o'clock.
4 o'clock Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that, mainly because Phil and Charles Barkley are making the call.
Which is Charles Bar. I was watching basketball last night.
Oh, really?
TNT,
Uh huh.
like Shaq.
Yeah,
I forget the
Ernie.
Yeah,
Ernie
Shaq,
Johnson.
Ernie. Obviously Charles. I forget the other guy in the middle.
Yeah, I never watch it.
Okay, but anyway, like
yeah.
that to me was one of the most. That's like more entertaining than the basketball.
Right. I think
It's
a
like
lot.
the
I think a lot of
halftime
people
show.
feel that way. They they win Emmys for their.
Oh, it's so
they,
good.
they do a good job. Yeah, they have fun. You can tell they're having fun,
Yeah, it's
and they're well informed too. So it's like it's a great combination. When
yeah,
you-
it's great. Like, and I loved because there was 2 games, doubleheader, and Steph Curry is unbelievable.
yeah. If I liked basketball, I would have fun watching that. But I don't care for it. Give me hockey.
Watching
This
that
time of
dude
year.
play, just shoot, just
It is-
wherever,
Yeah, it's awesome.
whenever, and it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen on a basketball court.
Yeah,
It's unreal,
it is. It's really sweet.
and
yeah.
he's in the NBA. He's not just like at a pickup game at your local rec center.
People forget about Kobe, how silky smooth he was.
Oh yeah, but I think this is different.
It is a different type of style.
it's a
it's a
different
shooting
style.
style. Like Kobe was able to flow,
Yes.
like his movement and that kind of stuff.
And I
Like,
think that's where like him and Jordan were similar, and their movement was very different.
yeah, Seth
He has such a quick.
release. Yeah,
It's unreal. It's unreal.
yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
He just
right?
pulls up from anywhere. I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah,
He did one.
and these guys who are like the tallest, most athletic people in the world can't get up quickly enough to block it.
Right, it's insane. It's one of the craziest things. And like he played really well last night, so it was just even better.
Yeah,
But like, oh god, that was so good. But yeah, that's why I like Charles Barkley from that. Just watching Charles on
Oh,
that
sure, right,
is just so funny.
yeah, and he'll be good on this call too. He's always fun when he's doing
Yeah.
anything golf related too, and he's claimed that his swing is back.
It's much better
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing it much better last year when he was in that.
when he was in the
Like a-
match.
What's that?
He was in one of the matches.
Yeah,
I forget what
yeah,
one.
that's right.
Was it? Who did he play with?
I don't know. Well, there was also he was in some celebrity tournament last year too, where he
Oh,
was
okay.
there was like gambling odds on if he was gonna
Hit someone?
be in the top 70
Oh.
or something like that.
Oh, top 70, not hit someone. Okay. My bad, Charles.
And like I think he ended up losing it, but it was significantly better than he was. And people
Yeah.
remember that swing, and it was just like it would turn your
so-
stomach to watch it.
Because he did the Haney Project show,
Right.
and I think we've talked about it, but he was like, I think it was a realistic thing would be like, hey, maybe you should start swinging lefty.
Really, yeah.
Just start over.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna put a year into this,
Yeah.
just to undo what you're doing, like, why don't
Yeah.
you just start over as a lefty? Just
Yeah.
start swinging lefty. No habits, nothing in your brain telling you can't do this.
Yeah, I guess that's wild though to think about. It's like if it's gotten to that point where it's that bad,
It's
where it's
that
like,
bad.
Yeah,
It
was,
was.
and it was too. So good
Yeah.
for him to be more confident in his swing. And
All right.
I look forward to hearing him talk about it. But
Bro-
like those matches, they let you down every single time. Like they're not as good as you want them to be.
No, because they don't say what they want to say.
Yeah, they're not allowed to say what they want to say.
No, I
And
think
what,
Charles and
what
Phil.
we want to hear.
Charles and Phil will be close though.
Yeah,
I think they'll push it a little.
yeah,
They'll push the envelope.
I think so.
Maybe they'll get Marshawn Lynch on. He'll say whatever he wants.
Right.
All right, the back nine.
Oh, the actual. Oh, well, this is part of the back though because.
Oh, that's like the back.
Yeah,
This is the future back. This is the actual back nine.
the actual back. Okay, yeah.
The RSM Classic in Sea Island, Georgia. So there's the two courses, Seaside and Plantation. And there's like 14 touring pros that call this collection of courses home.
Okay.
And I was thinking that has to be one of the larger collections. I'm sure there's like an Arizona, a Cali one, Jupiter.
Jupiter for sure. There's a ton of people.
Jupiter's definitely number one.
Yeah, and like that's
Even if it's
that
not-
Scottsdale area, that's a big one.
Scottsdale, I'm sure like Southern
You're talking
Cal-
about places where tour pros,
collect.
yes, where
They, like,
their home
gather.
courses and like where they spend their time when they're
Yeah.
not playing.
Right, and I think that would be.
Yeah, Jupiter's got to be the big one.
I know, like obviously there's some Texas people.
Sure.
Like Austin's probably a pretty decent. Austin, Dallas,
Yeah.
probably somewhere around those two. Yeah. So the Seaside is Seaside course Fazio redesign. It was a
Fazio.
29 classic by Harry Colt and Charles Allison. And so actually it was originally the Seaside 9 and then there was a Marsh side course and they combined the two and that's where like Fazio kind of did all that work.
Yeah.
And then the Plantation, it was in. I don't really understand if it was like his, but it was a Travis. I don't know if it was his or like inspired by the traditional profile of Walter Travis.
Uh-huh.
His 1928 original 9. Davis and Mark Love of Love Golf Design did a full redesign of it. So I don't know how much Travis there is, but that's Travis's Country Club of Scranton.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that could be pretty funky.
Yeah.
And Seaside is, Seaside. So that would be the windier of the two.
Sure.
Because it looked like it was Seaside, and then the Plantation was like a little more inland. And then they actually have a third course, Retreat or something. Yeah, the Retreat course.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's a pretty big thing they have going on down there.
Sure.
Yeah. And the other, but like the Retreat has all the housing. The other two have like almost no housing on it. There's
Oh,
like a
so-
couple like monsters, but other than that, there's like 5. So there's very little. 18-hole putting course on the property though.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a really big green that they put a bunch of holes on. But
Okay.
they probably just move like
Sure.
where the hole location and like your starting location. But that'd be kind of a fun like dinner time
Yeah.
activity. Like, you got 30-minute wait. Like, let's go play a couple holes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because it's like right next to your lodging and all of that. I think that'd be really cool.
It's like adult mini golfing.
Yeah, exactly. So, how do you feel about the split course?
What do you mean? How like
How you
like,
go
like tournaments where you play multiple courses?
Yeah, because obviously the fields could be much bigger.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's cool.
That part I like.
Right.
I
I wonder like how they decide which one gets the Sunday, or like do they play each of them twice?
No, they'll do. usually they would do it like
Well, you'll do one of each because
Friday,
every
Saturday.
player has to play
Yeah.
both of them.
yeah, they do the Friday, Saturday, but then
So what happens on the weekend? Do they
it's
just-
got to be Seaside.
for both of them, right?
The weekend, I'm sure it would be. I actually don't know.
See-
I should have looked that one up, but I don't know why it
Well,
didn't.
see, that's what confuses me about these tournaments. You know, like or when they go over to Pebble, they do you know Monterey Peninsula,
Yeah,
Pebble Beach, and Spyglass, right?
I think so.
I think they do each of them, and then it's like Pebble gets the Sunday or something like that.
Yeah.
And I always think to myself,
feel like
well, why do they
Seaside.
get it?
Yeah.
What happened to Monterey? You know?
Try Monterey for a weekend.
Yeah, but the thing
Full
is, like,
weekend.
it's like, oh well, Pebble is iconic, so they
Right.
get Pebble. But when there's two, I would feel like, oh, you do one on Thursday, the other on Friday, then
Everyone who made the
Saturdays would be the Thursday, and Sunday would be the one you played on Friday
Yeah.
or something like that. You know?
cut. And I don't know if like logistically with grandstands and stuff, because like on the first couple days, you probably don't need that many grandstands if everyone's just kind of spread out.
Right.
But then if you have it set up grandstand wise and logistically, I feel like it would be a bigger pain in the ass than it's worth.
Oh, to do both courses.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
like, okay, now everyone tomorrow we're going over here.
Oh God. Yeah.
But it looked like the Seaside would be. I mean, it looked more picturesque because it's on the ocean.
right.
So I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out. Yeah.
Robert Streb is the defending champ.
Okay.
Did you look at it in the players?
I looked as
field?
far as I needed to.
Hold on. I'm
'Cause
gonna.
I saw Louis Oosthuizen on there, and I
Oh,
said,
okay.
"Oh, looks like he's going to get his first victory on U.S. soil."
Ooh, I like it. So I went with, since we were talking about members.
Gooch.
No. So these are the ones that I saw that I thought. Well, all of these guys are playing this week.
Oh, okay.
That are members: Harris English, Keith Mitchell, Jonathan Bird, Brian Harmon, Hudson Swafford, Patton Kazire, Matt Kuchar. Hi, Mom, but I'm not picking Kuchar.
Nice.
Harris English, maybe. Keith Mitchell, I like.
Obviously, you got to
I like
love
it.
Keith Mitchell. He was the only name I heard in there. I mean, yes, I heard Hudson Swafford, but like, yeah, it's.
I know that was the other one. It was English, Mitchell, and Swafford that I was like,
Charles Schultz. Was that Charles Schultz?
who?
He's the creator of.
Oh, yeah.
Peanuts.
Sorry, I thought you were like naming someone that was
No.
playing, and I was like, who
No,
the
you
fuck?
made a Charlie Brown joke.
I know. Wah, 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 wah.
So then I heard Charles Schultz, and then I was like, oh, shit, okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go.
But I'm going with Louis. I think it's a great selection for you to pick one of those guys.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta go membership. Go with the member.
Go with the members, yeah. And like you want to go with Keith Mitchell. I know you want.
I'm going with Keith. I gotta go with Keith.
Yeah, I don't
I
like-
like how he's become one of my favorite golfers
He's one. He's
for
like
no reason except that we were like the Keith Mitchell,
Mitchell
effect.
There's that.
It's
like
scientifically proven.
he's
mean
made
nothing.
he's made some moves while we've been discussing.
I
him,
know.
So I
And he was the one that
support. I think he's going to have a great season.
yeah, and he was the one that Rory McIlroy talked about being like, you know, you like see people and like whatever, and then my mom picked Kuchar.
How she's. Of course. Well, we could have guessed that one.
Yeah, shocker.
Yeah.
It's home court advantage. I totally lost my train of thought.
I just did too. Yeah. Keith Mitchell.
Yeah, I know. Rory. Rory was
yeah, he
talking
did.
about him being like, you know, you see people that are like, oh, they're coming up, they're on tour or whatever, and you're like, all right, whatever, you know, just another dude, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh
but-
wow, this guy's good.
Yeah.
Like,
So
these guys are
he-
really good.
If he stood out and if Rory took notice of that, the rest of the world's going to take
yeah,
notice.
exactly. So
So pick him.
let's go, Keith. I'm
Yes.
going- I was picking him anyway.
Yes.
Let's go.
Oh God, I wish I could rescind my Louis pick,
Nope.
but I'm locked in, baby. I'm still happy with it. It's fine.
Yeah. So, and then just like going forward with the schedule. So we got this one starts tomorrow, or whatever day you're listening to it. Maybe it starts today if you're listening to it tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
And then the next one.
Speaking of tomorrow, Kevin from The Office is going to be back in Scranton,
Oh, nice.
doing a book signing at Cooper's,
Ooh.
and then like the Backyard Ale House afterward too.
Oh, it's rocking and rolling.
Yeah, Brian Bumgarner. He's.
I was gonna say Bumgarner.
Yeah, I think it's something along those lines.
I
don't
think
know.
you're right.
But He's a big Packers fan too. I just saw a video.
Can you get him to sign your piece of paper?
No, mine's under glass.
You could take it out of glass.
No, because no.
What if you got Aaron Rodgers? Would you let Aaron Rodgers sign it?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a limit.
Yeah. Brian's just a fan. He's not part of the team. I mean, he's just another owner. Like if he lets me sign his, I'll let him sign mine. How about that?
I like it.
That would be good. But he was just in New York over the weekend. He was at Kettle of Fish. I saw a little video on Instagram, and this was the bar that I was walking by when I was in New York last month. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to go, but there was a line going down the block.
Oh,
I think you had to have reservations for game days.
No.
You know? I was like, I missed him there, but maybe I can see him at
the Coop.
At that Coop. See, the problem is I'm hosting a trivia at Wall and Paul Peck Brewing Company tomorrow. So if anyone out there wants to go win some fabulous prizes, drink some beers, and have a good time.
Paul Peck Brewing Company?
Wall and Paul Peck Brewing Company.
All right.
WBC tomorrow night, baby. Thursday the 15th.
Nope.
18th. Yeah. Thursday the 18th.
You got to add the diagonal line to the 5.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so Hero World Challenge is December 2nd through the 5th. So we have a gap so next week will be the match.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think the next week after that would be the...
Wait, the PGA Tour doesn't have something for a week? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Wow.
But there's also, starting this week, is the DP World Tour Championship in Dubai, the European Tour.
Okay.
I think there's a decent amount of, I know Reed's over there. I'm sure Morikawa, Tommy Fleetwood, Rory's over there.
John Rahm, maybe?
No, he pulled out of this.
Oh, I think that's what I read, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get COVID again?
No, he just wanted to spend time with
He's with his eighth. He's having his eighth battle with COVID.
Yeah. It never ends.
It's back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. This is I feel like this is the slightly bigger event.
Sure, yeah, it seems like with
field-wise.
Yeah, correct.
Willie Zalatoris, Paul Casey, Fitzpatrick, Hatton, Lee, Horschel, Morikawa, Herbert, Danny Willett. Props to Danny Willett. Somehow he's still playing in all these events, and
he's
won
got
the
a green jacket, man.
Yeah, he won the Masters somehow. Oh, how about this? This is I'm seeing a bunch of shit. 1 year ago, John Rahm knocked in a hole in one, and I was
skip.
I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? And I was like, oh yeah, they did
the par 3 contest.
No, they did the Masters in November.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So we're a year out. It was
holy shit.
Yeah, it was a year ago, and I was like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh yeah, and then they had the Masters 4 months later.
Yeah, because it was Tiger, DJ, and then who just won it?
Sergio, or was that 3 years ago or something like
back.
that? Oh, that's so funny. We can't even think about who.
I've
Morikawa. He won the PGA.
Who the fuck? Wasn't Reed? That was a couple years.
Oh,
ago.
Dustin?
No, Dustin got it from Tiger. Who'd Dustin give it to?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my god, this is terrible.
Did Patrick Reed win it again?
No. This is so funny that I've literally no idea.
I can't get it either. Oh no, it was Sanjay Im.
Oh yeah.
The hell are we doing?
No.
Oh, not Sanjay. It was Hideki.
Hideki.
I started thinking about the
I
the menu, what they were going to eat, and I was like, oh yeah. So it was Hideki. Yeah, Sanjay is Korean. What am I thinking? Yeah. So Hideki. That was a huge moment for
Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then they had the Summer Olympics.
Right.
Yeah. Xander won that, and then.
God, that's amazing that we couldn't think of that.
Yeah, and then Hideki went back to Japan and won.
Oh, the Zozo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that we were wrong. The Zozo.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Oh,
yeah, the one that was not in California.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should finish this before we're wrong again.
Okay. I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's slow down, move over. Public service announcement. Slow down, move over. It's a law. And if you see something happen on the side of the road, slow down and move over. And if you can't move over, slow way the fuck down and turn on your hazards. 20 miles an hour under the speed limit. You could save a life. You could do that. Just you. And you.
You too.
Oh, don't forget about you. All right, that's it.